it was called Ghoul Town. That was the street name. My father could probably better tell the story when he has another book come out. I'll make sure to corner him about Ghoul Town when he comes up here for the interview. I'll swoop down on him. Daddy, I know you're here to talk about your book, but let's talk about Ghoul Town. Anyway, I was a bit nervous when Oprah first came here to eat, but we got along very well, and she and I come from a very poor background. She has worked hard to become a success. Stedman's mom, Mary, revealed that Stedman, who has a daughter from a previous relationship, never discussed marriage or children with Oprah. Here she goes talking again. He never talked about it. I love Stedman, but there are some things you don't talk to him about. I first found out he was seeing Oprah. Wait, I first found out he was seeing Oprah when a friend read it in the newspaper. Oh, well, damn. Advice Hour and the rest of this coming up. Damn.
Wendy, man.
I've been with this guy for like 5 years, and I know you say don't cheat. I know, but I can't help it. I want to.
You have intention on getting married?
We're married.
Oh, my God!
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, sir.
Listen, I'm a foster child. Let me start out by saying that. I'm 32 years old. I've been with my girl for 8 months.
Uh-huh.
I never met her parents, never met her family. I met them last night. Her mother is my birth mother.
Shut up. Because if this was a fact, I wouldn't read it. I think you were lying.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so in other words, you all are half brother and sister. Have you had sex with her?
Yes.
Ew.
Oh, my God. Exactly.
Look, did she go down and give you a professional?
Come on, Wendy, yes.
Oh, my God! You got beat off by your sister! Yo, did you go down on her?
Yes.
Oh, Lord! You've been with her for 8 months. That's
8
a lot of
months.
sex.
Yes.
Oh, damn! So what is your question to me?
I don't know, man.
It's a wrap, you freak!
This thing right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy.
Because if I miss
It's
it, I'm not
Wendy,
going to be
man.
sad, but I'd love to be there. Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, and it's Advice Hour. And so, shout out to Tracy in Maryland who says, Wendy, you know it's Friday, and I planned on skipping out early, but I can't miss the hour of truth with New Edition. Damn it, now I have work to do. You're definitely the woman. You do you, boo. Hey, Miss Artie, how you doing? Mm-hmm. She puts the in there, too. There are about 25 M's across the bottom. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, the New Edition is 1 hour away. The hour of truth, most definitely. Okay, so here on the show, I have a website that goes with the show, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. And yesterday's question was, should marijuana be legalized? And this is a close one. And with all things considered, now you know marijuana for medical purposes, for cancer patients who can't stomach all their pills and they vomit up their pills and they're losing weight. You know, marijuana gives you the munchies, no laughter involved. But seriously, it helps them keep food down and put a little bit of weight on. You know, people like Montel Williams, people with which one does he have, Art?
MS.
MS. I understand the medical marijuana. I understand the medical properties, glaucoma and whatnot. Also, I understand, especially with this new strain, honey, how getting chiefed up before operating heavy machinery could be murder and mayhem to many people. And I got a fax yesterday from a woman who said, well, Wendy, I thought you were smarter than that. Just like alcohol is legal and you can drink before a job, but it's not legal. Like, you know, like a dentist is not drinking before coming to operate. But you know what? Marijuana is not as detectable. You can smell liquor. You know what I mean? It doesn't look appropriate for most people, except for perhaps me, because I'll chew gum in a courtroom. If you see me and I'm not chewing gum, it's a rarity. It's part of my nervous tick. But, you know, you can smell alcohol through the pores of and on the breath of. It's not easy. And plus, alcohol leaves you swaying, a little loopier. You can smoke some weed, spray some cologne, and zhuzh some Visine, and nobody will know the difference. So, and with this new strain, you're liable to, be quite the F up, depending on what your job is, if you smoke this new strain. So with that said, the whole question yesterday, should marijuana be legalized? 42% of the people said yes. 58% of people said no. We're going to revisit that question at another time because, you know, that's big on all the political tables these days and a topic of conversation at a lot of dinner tables. All right, the new question, and think about this over the weekend. You can get at me on the website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. If your significant other wanted you to get plastic surgery, would you do it? If your significant other wanted you, not you wanted you to get plastic surgery, your nose is too big, your boobs are too small, your arms are too heavy, your cheekbones, you need more. If your significant other wanted you to get plastic surgery, you got to add this part, and was willing to pay for it. Okay. You got to put that down, because a lot of people were like, well, yeah, if he paid for it, or if she paid for it. If your significant other wanted you to get plastic surgery and was willing to pay for it, would you? Okay, so it is Advice Hour. Hello?
Oh, wow, I got through.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Listen, I have a situation here. I was with this guy, and we went back to my place, and he wanted to have sex, but I was running red at the time. You understand what I mean?
You had your period.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I felt a little uncomfortable. So he was like, that's okay, you know, he doesn't mind, blah, 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 blah. So I went to the bathroom, I went to freshen up, came back to the bathroom.
So wait, hold on. So he was like, that's okay, we can still have sex.
Yes.
Okay.
So came back from the bathroom, we started to get intimate and everything, and then he went down on me.
Oh, knowing full well that you have your period.
Yes.
And this is your first time having sex with him?
Yes, you could say that, yeah.
What does that mean? Did you give him a professional or something before? Yes. You whore. Okay, so go ahead with the rest of the story.
All right, so I was a little taken aback by that, because I don't know this man, he doesn't know me,
but you didn't say that when you were giving him a professional the previous occasion.
Well, I didn't say. Well, let me. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so my thing is, of course, obviously I melted under that, and I just let him go ahead and do what he needed to do. And, it did take away my cramps and all of that stuff. But my thing is now, I don't know how I really feel about that. Since then, I've seen him, and we talked about it, and he told me that, I asked him if he had, a blood fetish. And he told me that, he doesn't, he doesn't have a blood fetish, but he does that to women that he really, really cares about. And he knows I'm attracted to a lot of guys. And he wanted to show me that he really, really cares about me.
I'm not impressed. Are you?
Not really. I don't know whether I should keep this guy around or should I get rid of him.
Are you dating a number of people? And I hope that you are.
Yes, I am.
Well, then good. Then why Why be so pressed to keep this guy? Because he didn't say, I wanted to show you how special you are. He says he does that to women who he feels special to. Quite frankly, as a woman, and we know our cat traps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you be down there, particularly when you got your period?
Well, I mean...
Ugh. I mean, how long have you been seeing him?
It's been about 4 months now.
And this is your first time having full-blown sex?
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not in love with him? You're dating other guys?
Oh, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Keep him in rotation. Why not?
Even though, that's a little nasty what happened.
Well, okay, me personally, I would have ended the relationship. And it's not even really a relationship because I got other guys in rotation, and quite frankly, I'm questioning your nasty value now because you don't know me. It's not like we've been together for 5 years. There's nothing wrong with a man going down there with the period if that's what he wants to do. But get to know the woman, her hygiene, her ways. I mean, that's a really loving act. That is not something you do on some chick the first time.
Right, but see, that's the thing. I don't know if he's really being sincere about
we're spending too much time. Look. You got other men in rotation. Go on a few more dates and find out whether he's sincere. I don't consider that a sincere act. I'm not impressed by it. Yeah, I mean, to keep him or not. I mean, why are you pressed? You got men in rotation.
That is true, honey.
And as long as you're strapping up, quite frankly, I think it's nasty because all the strapping up. And look at that. If you did have HIV, he's taking it right in the mouth.
Right.
Thinking he's nasty.
Right.
And you got to think about how nasty he is with these other women out there.
That is very true.
He would be X'd out of my book just on that factor alone. I thank you for calling. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I'm sorry for the wait.
I'd like to get advice.
Yes, go ahead.
2 questions. First question, I'm 21 and I'm trying to lose some weight on my midsection.
Okay.
I was told by my aunt to use vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Take 2 teaspoons of that a day. Do you think that works?
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that. They say that vinegar melts away the fat.
I've heard that vinegar does help emulsify the fat, but so does squeezing lemon in your drinks, on your food, and like that. I don't know that that'll help you with your stomach. I don't know.
Okay. Because crunches doesn't seem to be working. I mean, for 21, I shouldn't even have a stomach, but I'm like trying to lose weight as fast as possible.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you count calories?
Okay.
To me, when people ask, like, what's the quickest way to lose weight, counting calories beats them all.
Okay.
Now, I got to tell you something. I don't know what your size is and so on and so forth, but the last time that I got the recommendation of calories for my body, it was something like, because I'm a big woman, I got big bones, and I'm 5'11". My recommended calories per day to keep me healthy on a daily is like something like 2,700 calories.
Okay.
But when it's crunch time, when I know that and I'm not suggesting you do what I do, because if you pass out, don't blame it on me. But when it's crunch time and I know I've got to look right and fit into something, I go down to 1,000 calories or less per day.
Okay.
And during that time of dieting, everything that I eat has a calorie intake number on the back.
Right.
1,000 calories, 500 calories for this, 200 for that, like that.
Okay.
1,000 calories a day will let anybody lose weight and quick.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Second question.
Okay.
Are you still blowing up with the after party release tickets like you was yesterday?
Yes. Give me a chance to give them away. Woman.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad she reminded me. Okay, so who's listening? All right, who's got a phone? It's 866-GET-WENDY. My big Pink Carpet album release party is happening here in New York City on June 22nd at an undisclosed location, but it is going to be fabulous. Star-studded. This is the one. This is the one that you can't buy your way into. This is the one being put on by Question Mark Entertainment and Apple Bottom Jeans. It's being sponsored also by Cavassier and, of course, my flagship station, 107.5 WBLS here in New York. This is the one where the invitations have been sent out, and I say Donna Summer all the time because if I see her in the party, and I know I am, I'm going to faint. This is the one that, Gail. Hey, Gail, I'll see you at the party, girl. This is the VIP party. All the artists on the CD, Jewels and Jadakiss and Jaheim and Mario Winans. Everybody's going to be there. I want you to be there, too, my friends and my greatest supporters. So caller number 10 on the phone right now is going to pick up those passes, and I want you to dial carefully and good luck. And now, do I have a moment to give out the Dreamgirls information? Wait, hold on. No, I want to get...
Not really.
I don't?
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, well, aspiring Dreamgirls, you keep it here. I've got your tryout information. Plus, there's a woman who needs advice. She happens to be a colleague of mine at a different radio station. Oh. And so she's writing in and she's asking, and so I'll help her out with it. Everybody keep it here. Oh, and the winning for those tickets starts now. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
I have a boyfriend, and I've been with him for maybe a little over 3 years, and he's just now telling me that he has a child out there somewhere that may be like 5 or 6 years old.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. I'm enjoying my last bit of tuna fish before we have to fumigate the room, because them boys coming in. New edition. I can't wait to speak to them. Shout out to Winston, who says, Wendy, why does Stedman's mother, Mrs. Graham, have to sound like a slave? Can you please use your black affluent voice, a.k.a. snobby voice for Mrs. Graham? Love you. Signed, Winston. Why should I do that when this gets more of the funny, honey? I have to finish out that story, though. I don't know where I'm going to get a chance to do it because it's Advice Hour. You guys always get on me when I don't give advice during Advice Hour, and so I'll try to fit it in. I'm not doing it during New Edition, though. We got to focus on them, on Puffy and their situation. About Dreamgirls. Okay, are you ready? Because after I give out this information, it's going where? Back there. There's an open call for female singers/actresses for the DreamWorks Warner Brothers feature film Dreamgirls. They are looking for African-American actress-singers with a huge gospel belting voice. Great power in your voice, great range. They are looking for you to be in your late 20s, no older. Your late 20s. And they want you to play the leading role of Effie White. This little show is soliciting for the lead role of the movie Dreamgirls, done in full-blown major production style with DreamWorks and Warner Brothers. Your body type, well, to quote them, a few extra pounds to full figured. So there you go. And listen, not for nothing, you skinny chicks who think you can do it, don't even cheat the audience by padding up. It's not happening. This is for the full-figured gals. This is your chance in the sun to play Effie White in Dreamgirls. Now, are you ready for the date? Saturday, June 18th, 10 a.m. is sign-in. The studio is open at 9:30. If I were you, I'd camp out in front of the studio the night before because there's going to be a whole bunch of heifers standing outside trying to nudge their way for this role. Auditions begin at 11 a.m. The sign-up stops at 1 p.m. Now, here's the location. Carson, like Johnny Carson. Carson Rehearsal Studios, located in New York at 244 West 54th Street on the 10th floor. Go to Studio A. So if you're listening, if you're in LA, Louisiana, Chicago, Philly, or Jersey, if you think you have what it takes, I encourage you to buy a ticket and get here the best way you can. Because they're not coming to you. You've got to take the initiative. This is what you have to be prepared to do. here's the quote, please be prepared with an up-tempo gospel, R&B, or pop theater song that shows your vocal range. Bring sheet music so the pianist can provide the music. Bring a picture and a resume of yourself. Sidebar. The smart girl would become dressed for the part. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can take your 7 jeans and leave them in your closet and your wife beater. If you want them to visualize you as this part, you need to come with your extra pounds and your vocal range and your actress ability, and you need to come in costume. Now, they give me the setting, so I'm going to give you the setting. It's set Dreamgirls in the early 60s and 70s. So dress the part. And by the way, they're going to get you in the studio almost right away. The shooting for this movie begins in January. Exactly. So this is virtually making you a star overnight. If you are unable to attend, they want you to send your picture and resume to, and I'm saying this once, Binder Casting, Binder Casting, 321 West 44th Street, Suite 606, New York, New York, 136. Let's move on. May the best woman win. Dear Wendy, I need your advice. I'm a female portion of a radio show, and I also host a weekly show at a college station by myself. Here's my dilemma. The show that I'm doing in the morning consists of myself and 2 other guys. One of the guys has his own business. The other one is pursuing a music career. Yes, he's using radio, Wendy, to springboard himself, and I feel the same way you do about dudes who whore our craft to get put on. Wendy, I'm the only one with formal training in radio and a true passion for the craft. I do all the show prep. I come up with the majority of the show ideas. Hell, if by chance I'm late, there wouldn't even be traffic on your food and like that. I don't know that that'll help you with your stomach. I don't know.
Okay. Because crunches doesn't seem to be working. I mean, for 21, I shouldn't even have a stomach, but I'm like trying to lose weight as fast as possible.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you count calories?
Okay.
To me, when people ask, like, what's the quickest way to lose weight, counting calories beats them all.
Okay.
Now, I got to tell you something. I don't know what your size is and so on and so forth, but the last time that I got the recommendation of calories for my body, it was something like, because I'm a big woman, I got big bones, and I'm 5'11". My recommended calories per day to keep me healthy on a daily is like something like 2,700 calories.
Okay.
But when it's crunch time, when I know that and I'm not suggesting you do what I do, because if you pass out, don't blame it on me. But when it's crunch time and I know I've got to look right and fit into something, I go down to 1,000 calories or less per day.
Okay.
And during that time of dieting, everything that I eat has a calorie intake number on the back.
Right.
1,000 calories, or 500 calories for this, 200 for that, like that.
Okay.
1,000 calories a day will let anybody lose weight, and quick.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Second question.
Okay.
Are you still blowing up with the after party release tickets like you was yesterday?
Yes. Give me a chance to give them away. Woman.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad she reminded me. Okay, so who's listening? All right, who's got a phone? It's 866-GET-WENDY. My big Pink Carpet album release party is happening here in New York City on June 22nd at an undisclosed location, but it is going to be fabulous. Star-studded. This is the one. This is the one that you can't buy your way into. This is the one being put on by Question Mark Entertainment and Apple Bottom Jeans. It's being sponsored also by Cavassier and, of course, my flagship station, 107.5 WBLS here in New York. This is the one where the invitations have been sent out, and I say Donna Summer all the time because if I see her in the party, and I know I am, I'm going to faint. This is the one that, Gail. Hey, Gail, I'll see you at the party, girl. This is the VIP party. All the artists on the CD, Jewels and Jadakiss and Jaheim and Mario Winans. Everybody's going to be there. I want you to be there, too, my friends and my greatest supporters. So caller number 10 on the phone right now is going to pick up those passes, and I want you to dial carefully and good luck. And now, do I have a moment to give out the Dreamgirls information? Wait, hold on. No, I want to get...
Not really.
I don't?
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, well, aspiring Dreamgirls, you keep it here. I've got your tryout information. Plus, there's a woman who needs advice. She happens to be a colleague of mine at a different radio station. Oh. And so she's writing in and she's asking, and so I'll help her out with it. Everybody keep it here. Oh, and the winning for those tickets starts now. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
I have a boyfriend, and I've been with him for maybe a little over 3 years, and he just now telling me that he has a child out there somewhere that may be like 5 or 6 years old.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. I'm enjoying my last bit of tuna fish before we have to fumigate the room, because them boys coming in. New edition. I can't wait to speak to them. Shout out to Winston, who says, Wendy, why does Stedman's mother, Mrs. Graham, have to sound like a slave? Can you please use your black affluent voice, a.k.a. snobby voice for Mrs. Graham? Love you. Signed, Winston. Why should I do that when this gets more of the funny, honey? I have to finish out that story, though. I don't know where I'm going to get a chance to do it because it's Advice Hour. You guys always get on me when I don't give advice during Advice Hour, and so I'll try to fit it in. I'm not doing it during New Edition, though. We got to focus on them. On Puffy and their situation. About Dreamgirls. Okay, are you ready? Because after I give out this information, it's going where? Back there. There's an open call for female singers/actresses for the DreamWorks Warner Brothers feature film Dreamgirls. They are looking for African-American actress-singers with a huge gospel belting voice. Great power in your voice, great range. They are looking for you to be in your late 20s, no older. Your late 20s. And they want you to play the leading role of Effie White. This little show is soliciting for the lead role of the movie Dreamgirls, done in full-blown major production style with DreamWorks and Warner Brothers. Your body type, well, to quote them, a few extra pounds to full figured. So there you go. And listen, not for nothing, you skinny chicks who think you can do it, don't even cheat the audience by padding up. It's not happening. This is for the full-figured gals. This is your chance in the sun to play Effie White in Dreamgirls. Now, are you ready for the date? Saturday, June 18th, 10 a.m. is sign-in. The studio is open at 9:30. If I were you, I'd camp out in front of the studio the night before because there's going to be a whole bunch of heifers standing outside trying to nudge their way for this role. Auditions begin at 11 a.m. The sign-up stops at 1 p.m. Now, here's the location. Carson, like Johnny Carson. Carson Rehearsal Studios, located in New York at 244 West 54th Street on the 10th floor. Go to Studio A. So if you're listening, if you're in LA, Louisiana, Chicago, Philly, or Jersey, if you think you have what it takes, I encourage you to buy a ticket and get here the best way you can. Because they're not coming to you. You've got to take the initiative. This is what you have to be prepared to do. here's the quote, please be prepared with an up-tempo gospel, R&B, or pop theater song that shows your vocal range. Bring sheet music so the pianist can provide the music. Bring a picture and a resume of yourself. Sidebar. The smart girl would become dressed for the part. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can take your 7 jeans and leave them in your closet and your wife beater. If you want them to visualize you as this part, you need to come with your extra pounds and your vocal range and your actress ability, and you need to come in costume. Now, they give me the setting, so I'm going to give you the setting. It's set Dreamgirls in the early 60s and 70s. So dress the part. And by the way, they're going to get you in the studio almost right away. The shooting for this movie begins in January. Exactly. So this is virtually making you a star overnight. If you are unable to attend, they want you to send your picture and resume to, and I'm saying this once, Binder Casting, Binder Casting, 321 West 44th Street, Suite 606, New York, New York, 136. Let's move on. May the best woman win. Dear Wendy, I need your advice. I'm a female portion of a radio show, and I also host a weekly show at a college station by myself. Here's my dilemma. The show that I'm doing in the morning consists of myself and 2 other guys. One of the guys has his own business. The other one is pursuing a music career. Yes, he's using radio, Wendy, to springboard himself, and I feel the same way you do about dudes who whore our craft to get put on. Wendy, I'm the only one with formal training in radio and a true passion for the craft. I do all the show prep. I come up with the majority of the show ideas. Hell, if by chance I'm late, there wouldn't even be traffic, weather, or show ideas. Wendy, I believe our morning show is hot enough to shop. And because I'm loyal, I've put my own pursuits of being a lone personality aside. But as time continues, I feel as though I don't have any time to waste. Now there are labels checking for one of the guys on the show, the singer, and I'm getting really scared that if he gets picked up, that I'll be left with nothing. The other guy on the show owns a business, and he's not hard-pressed. I mean, he enjoys doing radio, but he doesn't have the passion that I do. Not to mention being on public radio station with PSA liners is kind of dull. I do get to showcase my own style, but you know how public radio gets down. And I do not take it for granted being on Morning Drive because I know it's a blessing. So my question to you is, should I start back to sending out my air check tapes showcasing my personality and my skills, or should I stick it out with the guys and hope that the morning show gets picked up at a radio station in a larger market? Signed, Lovin' Radio. Well, Lovin' Radio, I appreciate you faxing in, and kudos to you for loving radio the way I do. I have to tell you something, Loving Radio. I was offered syndication opportunity when I was linked up with a morning show with 2 guys, and I felt as though, you're not going to get this syndication off my back. I know why they're offering syndication, so I'll just sit back, and because I want to be syndicated as a lone personality. And you, too, should pursue your lone personality dreams. Thank you, and good luck.
Wendy, man.
I just passed the NYPD exam. Prior to this, I got a manslaughter case. I stabbed my mom's boyfriend because he beat her up.
Okay.
I'd like to know if I should just tell them up front that I did that.
You're going to sound crazy.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Forget it, here go my number. Here you go. Forget it, you don't need my number. No, you don't. 'Cause we're gonna get hot tonight.
That girl is
Okay. New additions coming in. Here they come down the hall. Oh, they're here. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me turn off my telephone. Too much stuff is going on. Silent. Hi, you guys. Hey.
How you doing?
Yes, I am tall. I want to overpower all the men that I encounter.
I see.
Hello. Nice to see you. Hi, Marvin. All right, you all. We have to sit right down and get to action. Where's Biv? Where is Biv?
He's in the car.
Oh, well, don't go on him. How caught in traffic is Biv? Here, pull up the mics because everything's working. I need that telephone call to be made. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. All right, so it's 4 new additions in the studio.
No doubt.
It's very nice to see everybody. It's Ronnie. It's Ricky. It's Johnny. Mike's in traffic. And Ralph. Hi. All right, everybody lean up. So I feel like out of all the new addition members, Mike, who I've run into so many times and interviewed so many times, that he speaks probably the most honest, just because he never seems to give an F about anything. But today, I wanted to talk with you guys about a bunch of stuff, and I want to really be able to air it out. Now, first of all, what's the deal with your situation with Bad Boy? Johnny, you got that microphone right up like you're ready.
Hey, I figured when you said you just talked to Mike, you obviously have never met me before. I'm honest. When I bring it to the table too. I don't bite my tongue. I don't hide anything.
We have met, but I just can't recall the level of honesty.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's going on with Bad Boy right now is that we have to wait and see what happens. I think it's August the 9th, to see where we are with that. Whether Puff's ready to, we did have an agreement that if we entered into this agreement, that if it didn't work, that we would all look at it after the first project and then go our separate ways. And so at this point, he has the rights to to terminate the contract, to say, hey, we're going to still do business or we're not. So we have to wait until that time comes. But meanwhile, we're just moving forward, doing what we do, and that's just doing
performing.
Performing. So
you guys performed last night at Mohegan Sun. I understand it was a great show.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to the Bad Boy because I need to know more. But is it true that you guys are selling copies of your CD out of your trunk, Ralph?
Selling a copy of the CD.
Okay.
No, and it's not CDs.
It's the video. We're selling DVDs.
There's a home video we did. That's behind the scenes video that we did.
That VH1 video was fire. That was fire. It told a lot.
It was an introduction to some things that everybody needs to really know.
It stopped at the Bad Boy years. You're waiting to find out whether Puffy wants to continue, but you're the product. Do you want to continue with Puffy?
Absolutely not. Not me, and I'm just speaking on my behalf. I think that
goes for everyone. I think it was a bad deal for all of us, even for him.
It just didn't work.
Yeah. And it was because of a number of things. So, we could sit here and start pointing fingers at who did what, who didn't do what, or whatever the case is. But the reality is that that's the nature of this business. We've done it for 22 years. And, and being in business with people, sometimes some things work and some things don't. So, we just want to continue to do what we do. And at some point, we want to continue to make records. But most importantly, what we do is we perform. And that's what's, even if you look at the record and look at what didn't happen with the record, it didn't do what we wanted it to do.
I was extremely disappointed.
We all were.
I was vocal about it, and I, where do you want to be? Well, in a perfect world, where do you want to be? Hey, Biv is on the phone. Can we pull him up?
I'm right here.
Wait, I can't hear Biv. There's always technical. It is what it is, people.
I'm right here.
Where do you want to be? Career-wise and label-wise?
I think we want to continue to keep making records, but I think we want to do what we've been doing, and that's performing. The houses are sold out still, so it lets us know that even with our audience, our fans, they're saying to us, this is not about a record. Records is only for, right now at this point. To me, I really truly believe that a record can only enhance what our show and what we do, but the reality is that we've been doing this for 22 years, and we're just keeping on, going to keep on keeping on.
How much is New Edition worth at this particular point? Because I remember when Profile wanted to buy Run DMC, I believe the story is for like $15,000, and Russell says, I love them and they are my brother. Excuse me, what was it?
Million.
What did I say?
15,000.
15,000? I meant 15 million. I'm sorry. I'm with the new edition. This is like legendary to me. But Russell said they aren't worth that. What are you guys worth as a group?
Well, it's hard to say because now when you look at the marketplace, you got to think about we know what we feel we're worth. We feel we're worth millions, but the reality is that when you're dealing with the way the record business is today, and where it's gone, where the business is, we understand that that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But I hope all of us, to a degree, hope we have some level of value that we feel that we are worth. But at this point, that's what it really boils down to.
Who's tapping on your back door to be your next record? Because it's no secret you've had unhappiness with Bad Boy. It's no secret that Puffy, and this is my opinion, is not a man of his word on a lot of different levels.
Very true.
Puff, and I'm coming straight at you right now.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
Well, we want to be with someone first and foremost.
Who's been calling?
Well, we haven't been talking to anyone because you got to remember when you're in the contract and you're obligated to someone, the last thing that you want to do is put yourself in jeopardy of dealing with the lawsuit. So we haven't talked to anyone.
No negotiating while in contract.
No, we
gotcha.
Yeah, because you got to remember if we were in a situation where we perform, we work and do what we do, and going to continue to keep doing that. And that was our plan after this record didn't go and everything fell through with the Bad Boy thing. Is let's go and do what we do and what we've been doing for 20-something years.
Hey, Bev.
Hey.
How you doing?
Man, I'm pissed.
It's disgusting that you're in traffic. You know what I'm saying?
I was stuck with the George Washington Bridge traffic trying to come up to Bruckner.
Yeah.
But I'm on 3rd about to hit Park, so I'm in there. Keep talking.
Okay.
Johnny doing his thing. I'm listening.
Yeah, Johnny, fire!
He was ready for you, too.
and if you could see the expression on Ralph's face, Ralph is like, what? Hey, Ralph, back in the day, there were stories of domestic abuse with you and your baby's mother. Do you want to clear that up? Or admit to it? Have you gone to get help? Because they said you used to kick her ass. Just asking.
She's the only one that ever said some shit like that. To be honest with you, we've never had them kind of problems. We had fights. She'll throw something at me, I'll throw something at her. It was those kind of things. But
do you think that was? Do you think that had a lot to do with? It was fueled by substance abuse?
No. I've never done any substances. I don't know what you're talking about. Back in the days, I smoked a little weed here and there. There was no cocaine. No drugs. Can't never get that twisted. I've heard all those stories. I was the one that pretty much was afraid of all the drugs back in the day. I was the isolated kid. Stuck in the hotel room. That was me.
Yeah.
But her, we had a long relationship way before the group started. We grew up together in the project. She's a wild one. She's wilder than, than me. So we had our beefs here and there, but it wasn't no thing where it was a domestic violence type situation where I had all of that going. That wasn't that. So let me get that out.
I'm glad to clear that up.
Yeah, we can clear that up. You can clear whatever else you want to talk about. We here, baby.
People say a lot of awful things about the show, but you can certainly clear up. Ricky, you got excuse me. No. Wait, now. Ronnie. I still get my new additions confused. Isn't that disgusting? Ronnie, you're doing the real estate down south. That's right. Pull up the mic.
No doubt.
Tell us all about it.
I'm in the ATL. Of course, I'm a Boston fan. That's my hometown.
Right.
And when I was a youngster, back in high school, real estate was really, really intriguing to me. I took a couple drafting courses and architectural design courses.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt. But of course, New Edition blew up, and we had to go on ahead and do our thing, and I had to pay the bills, for the fam, like the whole fam, as a matter of fact, grandmoms, aunts, cousins, and everything.
How many children do you have?
No children. But I'm so looking forward to it. But yeah, we had a little bit of time off right around like the early part of 2000, 2001, and I figured let me go on ahead and establish what is Ron DeVoe going to be known for outside of New Edition.
Right.
And I just started gravitating back to the real estate thing, and it's going great for me too.
It was clear from behind the music. I didn't realize, Ricky, how ripped off you all were with your original deals.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, I guess you all had to decide how were you going to feed yourselves and how were you going to survive? Now I know Biv, went on with his Biv 10 records. By the way, Biv, how well are you eating off of Boys to Men? Because I understand.
Last week had about a week ago. I think I'm doing good. My mama like it. A lot of the stuff that come in with their name on it, I just give that.
Jeez.
That's Mom Duke's money there.
Isn't that?
It's definitely
her, my sister. So they have a good time with that. But you know, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Now I was gonna say, no, that was probably the best thing I could have did too. Like Ron said, I think it was important, especially for him and I, because you know we're not the singers. You know, we do our little rap thing and talking, and you know we talked a lot about we had to have something to fall back on. So when I did that was like my security blanket. I allowed his real estate.
Yeah, got you. Johnny, have you spoken to Stacey Ladisaw?
I haven't seen Stacey in years.
You know what? I just threw that question in.
It's so funny because every day someone asks me. Every day I walk out of the house, someone asks me about Lacey. But this is for years. Someone always asks me about Stacey Ladisaw.
Were you at one point romantically involved with Janet Jackson?
We've always been good friends.
I mean, have you slept with her? Have you sex, kissing with tongues? We always been good friends. I've never really, always been good friends. I mean, 20 years. Yeah.
20 years.
Are you still cool with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall?
That's my best friend. That's my brother.
Eddie.
Yes, absolutely.
So when you were was there any point where you were going through financial hardship where that was one person that you were able to call to get that quick loan to just get you out of a jam? Because you know, Biv, you need friends like that, but so often the people that we surround ourselves with, nobody's got that extra $500,000 to help us with the situation.
Eddie's, I don't even really, honestly, we don't even call each other best friends. It's like, that's my brother.
Okay.
You know, we've been best friends for almost 18, 19 years.
Wow.
So, you know.
That's incredible.
And not only that, the list goes on with people that I've been knowing for years, that have been a part of my life way before and it's so weird, before I became Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
And I was always blessed, and I've always been very. I try to watch my surroundings, the environment that I choose to be in, and the people that I choose to put around me, because I always want to learn from people. I want to have people around me that can teach me something.
Yeah, it's almost like, and this is not disrespectful, because I feel like I want to be the dumbest one in the room, because then I know I'm going to be learning something from everybody else, because I'm no dummy.
Exactly. But
okay. So congratulations to Ricky and to Ralph. You guys had a double wedding ceremony.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ricky. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Hey, yo, Mike, are you on the phone? Mike, are you on it for the first time? Ricky and Ronnie are getting mixed up instead of Ricky and Mike.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but Mike, she's looking at me like Ricky.
I'm sorry, Ronnie. No, but you know what though, Mike?
You gotta let her know, tall and handsome. Let her know, man.
You and Ricky, Mike, do have. You look like you're from the same tribe.
Oh.
You and Ricky,
me and you, Mike, we
every day
from the
they
same
get
tribe.
Get them confused. I don't care where we go.
Now listen, you and Ralph just had the double wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
I noticed Ralph has his ring on, but your hand has been behind your back the whole time. Do you wear?
My ring is being altered right now.
Oh, that's what they all say. What made you all decide to get married together? You know, have a ceremony together.
Because we're best friends, first of all.
Are the girls best friends?
No, they are. They're friends now.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it was more of a me and Ralph thing. We're best friends.
We had a group before New Edition that was just me and Ricky, and when we got together, you know, it was kind of just tied back from back in the days.
Now, Ricky, do you have children?
No, not yet.
Ralph, do you have? Well, I know you have children. There's legendary stories with your baby's mom, which he already cleared up, I might add.
Legendary stories.
Johnny, do you have children?
No, not yet.
Hey, Biv, do you have children?
I got little Mike. That's 8 years old.
Yeah,
you know, for all the years you have all been around, I mean, 5 members of the group, and then, you know, Bobby out there. Well, Bobby's got lots of kids. But I would think that there would be at least 10 kids between a 5-member group. Like for all the years and all the groupies and all the, you know, don't let me find out New Edition shooting blanks.
But you know what? But for me, honestly, I was in a 12-year relationship, and my girl had a miscarriage.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And after that, I'm from the old school. When it comes down to doing the kids and all of that, I want to get married one time only. I don't care what the situation is. I grew up, and my dad left home when I was 10. And the effect that had on me, the impact that it had on me, I always said, even as a kid, I said I would never, ever leave my kids, and my kids would have a mother and a father for the rest of their lives.
That's great. All right, Ronnie, Johnny, Ricky, and Ralph are in the studio. Mike's on the phone. New Edition is with the Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody keep it here because we've got more chat to go.
Wendy, man.
First of all, my question is, what's wrong with Fantasia? I guess maybe I'm wondering why no one wants to focus on Fantasia's talent. I mean,
because nobody can get past her teeth.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
That's right. Turtle Wax F21's high-tech formula. Hold up. Turn the music off. I said Turtle Wax F21's high-tech formula. Car business is what I do. Turtle Wax makes it happen. Turtle Wax F21's high-tech formula, baby, will get you popping, keep your car clean. Women will love you. It's only right. You want to have the best-looking car in the street, baby? Turtle Wax your car, and you're going to wow somebody.
Wow. Will we be able to wow you at your car show on June 25th and 26th? Can I wow you with my aviator? I'm getting shoes, boy. Tricking out the system, hon. That's right. All roads lead to Atlantic City. June 25th and 26th. Fliggity's thing. Hey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. The new edition are in the other room. There's like a lot of people walking around. It's like the Secret Service in this piece. Man, Puffy really had something there. That's a shame. I have the final product. Do you? Did you buy the new edition CD, everybody? There were some good songs, or excuse me, because it's still relevant. They're out touring for it. There are some good songs on there, and I'm just, why am I feeling like, and we haven't even really finished getting into it. I'm holding them. Why do I feel like it seems that Puffy took New Edition on and didn't really give much credence to all the work, the foundation they laid in the past, and he tried to treat them like an upstart group, you know? I got to get into it with him, though, because I want to find out, like, was Puffy trying to put him in shiny suits and, you know, all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, because, I mean, they're grown men. They've already put it down. It should be 70% what they want as far as their image and only 30% of Puffy's. If anything, it shouldn't even be 50-50 because you're not talking to 22-year-old Babs. Babs, no disrespect, but what I mean is that, you know, coming from, you know, straight off the block with no sense of the industry where you can mold like Puffy would want to mold somebody, you know? When you inherit people who've already been putting it down and doing, well, all righty, everybody. Oh my gosh, look what I'm giving away. I've got a Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 gift pack. Wow. On BLS Stationery. Right. You better work my station. Sponsoring my party along with Cavassier, Question Mark Entertainment, and Apple Bottom Jeans. All right, so we're going to give you right now Volume 1. Oh, we're going to give you the CD. Plus, look at it. It says right here, autographed copies of Wendy's books, a Wendy bobblehead doll, whoa, and VIP passes to the exclusive album release party. Shut up. Wow, this is big, BLS and Wendy. Oh, you get the bobblehead doll, a book or something, passes for the VIP party, and the album. Wow. All right. This is lovely. And caller number 10 right now picks up the Wendy Williams package at 866-GET-WENDY. Oh, remember, for the party, you have to be 21 years or older. I'm sorry, no kids allowed because we want to have grown and sexy fun. We'll call a babysitter for you all. Oh, listen, you know, the WBLS Father's Day Cruise. Well, check this out. It's going to be hosted by Vaughn Harper. It's on Saturday, June 18th. And once again, this is another stellar function that my radio station has their foot all in. Yes, it is our first WBLS Cruise of the summer. You know, we are celebrating the 107 days of summer. And the tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster. This is sponsored by Foxwoods Resort and Casino. It's closer to New York than Atlantic City is. And it's also sponsored by the New York City Department of Health. So, if you would love to have your father be a part of something spectacular, to me this is great. Vaughn's hosting. He's legendary. All the dads know Vaughn. If not in person, because Vaughn gets around, then by name. He's legend. And the cruise leaves the dock at 6 o'clock and gets back at 10 p.m. on Saturday night. So it's perfect. It's like it doesn't start to get really dark until about 9:15. By then it's like pitch outside. So you figure you only got 45 minutes of pitch on it. The rest of the cruise is going to be soft evening sunset lighting. Perfect. Keep listening for your chance to win tickets, or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster and all Ticketmaster outlets. All right, we need to continue with this break, and then we'll bring New Edition back in here, and I'll continue with my line of questioning next on the Wendy Williams Experience on the mighty 107.5 WBLS. Okay, so New Edition is still with us. Ricky?
What's up?
Back in the days when Soul Train was on, I heard that you slapped the hell out of a Soul Train dancer.
Man, there's some hell of a rumors going on.
He might have smacked the hell out of us. But we use that in a different terminology.
Okay.
So it's
the smack is flip it up, rub it down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. It got twisted.
Well, let's talk about a couple of rumors. Johnny, there's one where you and Bobby were in the recording studio, and he told you that you, as a solo artist, Johnny, would never sell as many records as him, and you were reduced to tears.
Never.
I haven't talked to you all in ages.
Nah.
Let's hear it.
You know, I spoke to Rusty P, the Toe Jammer, the other day. I got my own CD coming out on June 28th, so I'm doing those retail calls now. Rusty used to hang out on Northeastern's campus when I was a student at Northeastern University, so I knew like Rusty and Skeeter and all like that. And they said, you're on the phone with Rusty. He owns the store. And I was like, hey, Rusty. He was like, hey, what? I was like, is this you? And so he said that you guys are recently up there.
No, never.
Not in Boston?
Never.
Oh,
and,
never.
And Bob and I, the funny thing about it, it's so crazy how people have always tried to pin Bob and I against each other. When I was out on my solo tour, Bob came out with me and spent a couple of weeks out on the road with me, doing nothing,
was
just
he getting
hanging
high?
out with me. No, and it was funny because I got to see the Bobby that I don't think a lot of people have really ever got a chance to see, and the ones that do know Bobby that have come to love Bobby for. I got to see that Bobby, where every night he would come out with me on stage, and we would ride on the bus and sit down and talk. And then we got into talking about his fears and some of the things that he's had problems with. And I mean, the funny thing about it, I remember one time he said to me, he says, you know what I envy about you? He says, is you're a vocalist. And you're going to be around for a long time.
But so is he.
Well, Bob, people looked at Bob as more of an entertainer. And I've always been looked like they always categorize us as I'm the vocalist, he's the entertainer, he's the entertainer, vocalist. I mean, everybody had their they just kind of categorized us. But that was something that we talked about one time, and it was like, I was like, man, but you got to understand, you can be around forever, Bob. You can be around like the Michael Jackson because he has whatever it is, he has.
Yeah. Biv. What's the prognosis on Bobby coming back to the group? And Ronnie, you're not talking enough, and I want to talk to you about that as well. Biv, what is the deal?
It's a good prognosis. I just spoke to Bob 2 hours ago.
Was he sober?
He might creep in New York City tonight, so it's good. I think it's just a situation where, like Ricky said, man, there's like rules that we have amongst each other. We got to give each other a certain amount of respect. We got to respect who people have become as individuals, and as long as Bob comes back to the table and know that he's got to fall back when it's over, he'll be all right. That's the only thing that's stopping Bob is sometimes he goes a little too far on stage. And we try to keep a tight show because people pay to see a good show, and we don't try to be up there being too loose and going all over the place. So when he comes to that lane, he'll be seeing the six of us all the time.
Ronnie, what are your thoughts?
Bob is a true entertainer, like Johnny said, and he loves the spotlight. I'm talking like we could be in the bathroom or something like that, and there'll be a little roach in the corner looking at two people that's in the bathroom, and Bob wants that roach to look at him. And if he has to go over the top and do something to make sure people are paying attention to him, that's something that he'll do. And we have, we like Mike and Rick always say, we have rules, and we go to bat for those rules. I mean, to the point where we've had beefs over the years, trying to kind of pull Bob back just a little bit just to make sure he's conforming to what we got going on.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Faith's husband, Todd Russell, you kind of put him on as A&R back when you had the Biv 10 records. Are you all still close? Did you go to their wedding? What? Go ahead.
Didn't like that whack-ass article in The Vibe where they say he got his start as a Motown A&R, and that's not true. Todd was my right-hand man when I came out with ABC, Boyz II Men, 702 and Subway. He was the guy that I went to for everything. Just like how Andre and Puffy was. That's how we were coming through the ranks. And now he's her manager, and I think he's made a big statement in the business. He got her out of Bad Boy, got her to Capitol. And he's a great alumni at Biv 10. I'm very proud of him.
Do you want to say anything to Puffy right now as opposed to just waiting for, because what's the date? Johnny, you said the date.
August 9th.
Yeah,
August 9th.
The only thing I want to say to Puff, and I think this is, I think I can speak on behalf of all the guys, and that is that we all know that we tried to merge and come together and do business, and unfortunately it didn't work. And the main thing that I think our fans want from us, and we want from him, is to be able to continue to move forward with our recording career, and that is to be able to let's look at August the 9th and say, hey, I'm going to let you guys move forward, and we're going to move on, and maybe we'll see each other somewhere down the line, and
Ralph?
be able to speak and say hi, and be able to keep it moving, you know?
Go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, me personally, I just wish he could have been more.
My headphones are too loud. I'm sorry. Yeah, no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
is Ralph. I think personally, I wish he would have been around more. I think if he would have been around and actually played that role that he said he was going to be in terms of being that sixth or that seventh member at the time.
So you guys saw this even before the CD was released, because me as a consumer and as a fan, I'm thinking that he was in the studio the whole time, but he just dropped the ball when it came for the publicity.
Everything that happened, from clothes to wardrobe to anything that we were sitting around like, where'd this coming from? This is not the look. This is not that. He was never really there. He'd come in late and then have to try to fix stuff. And I think that because of that, it always felt like we were clashing and posting. I was like, Puffy, just come down and check it out. You wouldn't wear this.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't do this or that. You know what I'm saying?
What was he
down
trying to put you in?
I couldn't tell you.
I really think that he was so much really involved. Like Ralph said, it would just be more we're working with his people.
Right.
You know, we're working more with his people. And I just think that if he would have been more in touch with us and our fans, just to get a light from them, just from our fans, to see what they want from New Edition. Like, he never really saw that.
I mean, even outside all that, Rick, I mean, we know what our fans want from us. We've been doing it for 20-something years.
That's right.
And we was trying to show him the formula that stuck us through the gangster rap era, through the diss era, all these different eras. New Edition seemed to carve their own niche through it to stick through them eras. And we're trying to show him that. And for some reason, it was like, we want to reinvent this or try to fix this a little bit more to make it update for 2000. Things have changed now. He was kind of those combos that kept making us have problems.
Johnny,
so now,
you got the last?
I was going to say that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Go ahead, miss.
I was going to say that the thing, to keep it real with you, Johnny really didn't want to sign the deal. But for me, the main reason I wanted to go to Puff is because I'm into black empowerment. And we were at a point when we ride the tour bus, ride the airplanes, we always talk about our movie, our lot with the VH1 special was, just a little something of it. And I actually wanted to give him the final piece to the puzzle. I wanted him to do the movie, do the book, so that a black man could have crossed the finish line with us. And the sad thing about it is, we never even sat in the room with Puff, so I could tell him, man, do you really know we didn't just come to you for records? We came to give you a gold mine.
Biv, hold that.
Gold mine was the New Edition story.
Biv, hold that thought. We'll be back with more New Edition next.
Wendy, man.
I'm constantly sleeping with my baby's daddy. He is engaged to get married to someone else. Should I give it all up and say, well, I tried to have a relationship here?
You can't have a relationship. He's engaged to somebody else. He's about to get married. Really, I just can't take it.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
All right, everybody, New Edition's still here. Where we left off, we were talking about New Edition being not just some group. You guys are a story and empire. You're legends. You're the type people who were on Top 40 radio back in the day, who had the ability to be played on hip-hop and R&B stations today simultaneously with classic oldie stations. And tomorrow we'll hear you on Light FM, and you'll still be touring like the OJs and the Whispers.
Exactly.
Puffy apparently did not see this vision.
Right. And that's why I said I don't knock him for it at the end of the day. It's just that when he came to the table, he came to it selling everybody something else different. Fortunately, I knew Puffy before probably all the guys met Puff. And when I was against it, I wasn't so much against his business more so than I was against the fact that I know him as a person. And I know that eventually, as soon as we clash, it was going to be problems.
Okay.
I knew that. And that's my only reason why I said, hey, man, I don't think this is the right idea, the right place to go, because this is not going to be about business. Back in the day with Barry Gordy, and you can go and name down Gerald Busby, we could have shootout powwows and go at each other, and still they operated and did things in business because it was about business. I think Puff gets to taking it more personal, so he goes in a different direction with things.
At the same sense, though, Skills, we, like Ron said, man, I wanted that Sean John collection line, that soup line.
Right, we're supposed to be doing all of that. We talked about all of that.
And that would have been great.
And all that stuff was talked about. Oh, don't worry, fellas, I'm back in this. It's going down.
You were going to be the face of Sean John.
It was a personal thing, but at the right time, though, Wendy, I think we made the right decision from leaving MCA going to Puffy. I don't think that's still a bad decision.
I think the best thing that happened,
the best decision we could have made at that time.
And the second best one is that you have the option out if the project didn't go well, because now you're not locked in. And I thought that the way you all started your album, I thought that was so gangster. Everybody on the phone. Yeah. And then what? The project went flat. I was so disgusted with that.
And all that stuff you talking about is us.
You know what, though, Rick? You should tell her about May. What was that, Ron? When did the Bad Boy soundtrack come out? 2002?
2003.
Oh, for the movie you talking about. The movie.
How that went down into May, and then that 6-month off, because that was really when it went down, to be honest.
Oh, exactly. When we recorded in Miami, when we didn't agree to certain songs that he wanted us to do, we would, we get sit home for about 6 or 7 months, and the album would just get be on hold. Yeah. The project would just stop.
You'd be like on punishment like kids?
You want to call
we just knew that we just didn't work. We didn't record for about another 6 or 7 months.
We're going to do something else. We went on punishment. We're going on the road.
We're still on the road, still doing what we have to do.
Approximately how much are you guys collecting doing shows? I know it varies from place to place, but I know tonight you're in New York City at Madison Square Garden. What kind of payday is this
still
for?
Good, Wendy. We still good. We still in the 6 figures a week. You know, I mean.
That's nice.
Upper 6 figures a week.
That's nice.
And that's why I said at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I just I know for our fans and for us as men who has to feed our families the same way Puff has to feed his. Unfortunately, Puff's got a lot on his plate. He does. He tries to do a lot of things, and I'm not mad at him because he's got to feed his family.
By the way, Johnny, are you still living with the white chick, or was that the 12-year relationship that...
The white chick? What white chick?
Weren't you living with the white chick?
I never lived with the white chick.
Okay, well, here we are to clear things up. Let me ask you...
I mean,
Ralph.
I hear is...
Ralph, well, it's okay.
Wendy was slipping it on your ass.
It's just casual conversation.
Here comes another one for you, Ralph.
You ain't said nothing positive. Do I have any positive rumors? Damn.
Well, let me just clear this up. The same baby's mother with the child support is... Excuse me, with the behind kicking is the same one saying that you don't pay child support. Man, is all that clear? How does this woman get along with your new wife?
They don't even talk like that. I don't put them in the same room like that. We cool, but I'm up to date with everything. Back support, current. I'm ahead of it.
Good. You know I can vouch for that for Riz, because I mean she calls my sisters and vents to her about I'm gonna call Channel 5 on rap and tell them this and that. But she's just
where do you guys live? The married ones. Ricky, where do you live with your wife?
I live in the Valley in California.
Okay, and Ralph?
I'm in the outskirts of Atlanta.
Okay, and apparently, Ronnie, you're living in Atlanta because that's where you're moguling the real estate. Johnny, where do you call home?
I'm in Beverly Hills.
Biv, what about... Fabulous. Biv, where do you call home now?
I live in Connecticut. That's where I'm late. I'm right on 62nd Street moving, so I'm about 20-some blocks away.
Okay, so listen, what is you all's relationship with Hiram Hicks? Because back in the day, Biv, I know you had a business relationship with him, and I know you all know Hiram. Just out of curiosity, what's your relationship?
You know, I don't even know if we should even rock with that. I don't know if that really flows with where we're going, because it's not nothing we need to rock with. We can move to another one.
Johnny, do you care to
I'll say this. In the nature of being in this business for so many years, you meet people, they come and they go. And so many times you can give people a start, because we all got to start somewhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes, you look at things and people go into different directions and they start growing and going other places, and how soon they forget.
That's what I remember.
How soon they forget. But it's nothing to say between that I think anybody has any problems with Hiram. Just like I don't have, honestly, I really don't have a problem with with anybody being able to move forward and grow and do what they do with their lives and their careers, because that's what it's all about, giving someone an opportunity. But never forget where you come from.
That's right. Are you all divas? Because that was the word from the Bad Boy offices.
Well, you know what? Let me.
Shoot!
Let me explain something. This is Ralph. There's nobody in the Bad Boy family that can even explain New Edition's demeanor. Nobody was around us enough. There was a couple people up there, as kind of interns and them type of people who was up there that was kind of.
He surrounded you with the bottom feeders. This is New Edition.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. There's nobody up there that could really tell you about the demeanor or the character of New Edition from Bad Boy. There's nobody over there that has those kind of credentials. They wasn't around us enough.
And I wouldn't use the word divas, but we're about business. If we have an agreement, we live up to our end of the bargain, we expect for you to live up to yours. And the same way that I deal with my business, if I go and I'm doing a concert, and if we agree that I'm going to have Coca-Colas in there,
yes,
I'm not going to deal with you verbally about it. We're going to put it in black and white, whether you guys want to call it being a diva, whatever, because I truly believe that when you have an agreement and you can put that in black and white, it allows no room for error.
That's right. Well,
Wendy.
Let me clear up one rumor though. That's why it sounds
not gay, so much. Right? Divas sound too gay. There ain't no divas in New Edition. Ain't none of that in there.
Maybe she means demanding.
That's all I'm saying.
Basically.
We know what it is. New Edition.
We
Yo,
ain't
Mike.
getting no cheese.
Yo, what it is New Edition. New Edition is our baby. New Edition is our baby. New Edition is our mother. And when somebody's trying to treat that wrong, we gonna stand up and make sure they understand what the deal is at the end of the day.
And not only
that's all it was.
After seeing VH1 Behind the Music, you all deserve to have everything in black and white because we saw what you've been through.
And that's right. Right. You know, this is 22 plus years.
And I think
Wendy,
what?
We went through a lot to try to get to you today. We wanted to make sure when we came to New York City, we came to see you. So
and I appreciate.
We supposed to be, or you heard about us. If we made a decision, we're gonna get to you. That's what we did today. So you know what it's like when we want to make something happen. We follow through.
Hey, Biv. In a perfect world, where does New Edition go label-wise after, what's the date we're looking for, Johnny? August 9th.
Yeah. August 9th.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I heard what Johnny said at the top. It's kind of hard to say. I think we know where we would want to be. We definitely know who we want to go in the studio with.
Right.
That's not even an option. And it's kind of hard to say because I think Johnny said it best, man. When we sit down with him, we just hope that we don't have to be put Mac on hold no longer than November 9th, 2004 to August 9th. You know, if it's not going to happen, just let us go. And whatever we got to do to work it out, just let us live. Because in 2008, it'd be 25 years, and we still got ideas and plans.
And nobody's getting any younger. How were you traveling from city to city? Were you traveling in a tour bus? What were you doing? And was Puffy paying for it? What did it look like? Did it have a bathroom? What? Go, Johnny, go!
Yeah, when we was with Bad Boy, we traveled on the tour bus. I mean, because that's what I look at it. I mean, it's the past for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking ahead, and that's why the only thing we're dealing with now to continue to move ahead is just a pen with some ink. Or even a pencil. I'll take a marker. It doesn't matter to be able to move forward. But yeah, we was traveling on the bus, and I just want to say that when you look at New Edition, and I think you hit on this earlier. You know, we've been doing this for 22 years, and we've been through enough to know and understand what it is that we want and what it is that we need. And also, we've been through this enough to understand that in the nature of this business. And unfortunately, even over at Bad Boy, their thing has been so much geared with dealing with rap artists, and they move on the spur of a moment doing things, but for our lives, we have families, we have a lot of other obligations, so things has to be done in an orderly fashion, because that's how you got to remember you're affecting 5 other people's lives.
That's right.
And I don't think that I think that's where we kind of clash heads, because they figured if they say jump, we just get up and you just jump. And it wasn't that way, and I think it just created more problems between us with the communication.
Now, let me ask this, because supposedly the story is, Ralph, here's another rumor, that to promote the album, you had this tour bus, and you refused to get on the tour bus to tour and promote the album.
No, it wasn't true.
All right, calm down, everybody. Ralph's talking.
For real. This was at the. I'm gonna start from the beginning, man. Okay. When that whole thing went down, it was really a shocker. Because first of all, mind you, the single was serviced to radio in May. The album was pushed back. Album release date was pushed back so many different times. It was like 4 different times. So we ended up going out on this tour to do a promotional tour. supposed to be meet and greets, PDs, you know.
I know, I'm an artist.
Contest winners, the whole thing. So we're showing up in these cities, at places that we're getting ready to come back through and do some touring.
Yeah.
And they're promoting us as we're on tour. It was the New Edition Grown and Sexy concert tour.
Concert tour, right.
So instead of us showing up to places to sit down, 200-seater club, the lounges and clubs and stuff like that, and we're sitting where we're pulling up in these places with the bus wrapped, with the, we trying to promote the album getting ready to drop on November 9th, and we're standing there when just how you see us dressed right now. We're showing up, no band, no gear, no nothing like, and people are like, okay, where's the concert? They're paying them. They're charging people to get in.
What?
Yeah, and we're sitting around like, what the hell is going on? So we kept trying to advance them. Okay, we're calling ahead. But, stop this. Because before we get to the next city, this can't jump off no more. Oh, don't worry about it, fellas. We're going to this, that, and the other. Now, some places we're going to have to go ahead and just do 2 or 3 songs because, they said for exchange, they're going to spend the record. And I'll say, okay, well, we try to play it off as long as we could.
Yes.
We'll do a few routines.
Yes.
But after a while, they started announcing Bobby gonna be there.
What?
Puffy and Mace gonna be there.
And they were taking money. They were accepting money.
Yeah, they was getting paid for this. So we showed up in
was.
D.C. and said, look, that's it.
Right. People were paying their money.
This is all we do. This is all we have is our touring. What we do. This is regardless of whatever happens. We have a fan base.
That's right.
And when you start bringing people out and disappointing these people, making them spend their money thinking, and they've never seen us in all of our 22 years.
That's right.
Us come without the bells and the whistles and do what we do.
Right. That's
and then bringing them out here and misleading them, thinking that we're going to perform. And then they get mad at us, upset at us because they're thinking
they don't know what's
that we're
going on.
not showing up because
in the middle of the ocean.
That's right. That's right. Because that's what I thought it was. I had no idea.
Yeah. Everybody was
We kept calling them saying, look, we need some help. Y'all gonna have to change the way that they're billing this, that, and the other. They never did it.
Yeah, it was the same thing in every city.
And that's the thing that went down here. We were supposed to be down in, was it Brooklyn? And 112.
No, it was the Latin Quarters.
Latin Quarters. And 112 was somebody, they called them at the last second to come in and made up all of this stuff about how we didn't show up and we didn't get on the bus.
Divas. That's
but
where the diva stuff come from. All they acting like women, like bitches and all that stuff.
Right,
it was hey, let's tell it.
But I think the last thing when we finally decided not to go to finish the promotional tour is because we just said we would finish it. We would go. Can we get our back in?
Yes.
That we're owed from finishing the album and everything, turning, doing the photo session, doing the video. Can we get our back in and we will finish the promotional tour?
Okay.
They refused to do
That's
that.
Ricky,
They refused to give us the back end, so
Ralph
we just
wants
said,
a piece of this.
the hell with it, and we just let it go.
The last other piece that kind of wrapped it up for us was we've been waiting for a marketing campaign since that May when I told you that the album was being serviced or the single was being serviced. We was waiting for our marketing campaign. It never came. We kept waiting through May. We waited through June, July.
Let me finish. Why it is that New Editions got to beg and be treated like
trying to figure the same thing.
22-year-olds who've just been plucked from the woods and have never done anything.
Yeah,
exactly. We waited. And then 2 weeks before the album, a week and a half before the album was supposed to drop, we were out in the middle of that promotional tour dealing with all that stuff I just told you about. They finally sent us the marketing campaign, which had a trip to 106 in Park and a trip to Direct Effect.
Right.
That was
our marketing plan.
No Oprah.
No
Good Morning America. No Good Day. No none of that.
No Soul. No nothing.
And during this time is when I was talking to Biv, because Biv was called. Yes.
I was going to tell you something that you could see how it affected the group.
Right.
During that promotional time, each one of us at one time disappeared on the group.
Yeah.
Okay, who went first, Biv?
I think I was second.
Mike.
I don't know who went first. I know Ronnie was
probably Johnny with all the mouth, because I didn't want this deal to begin with.
Yeah, Johnny, I think was the one that stuck to the whole thing.
The only one that didn't move.
But I've always said it, and I stuck to my guns. I said, hey, man, I said it, and I'll say it again. This was not the right move, but I think, like Mike said, for that time, maybe it was the best thing. I knew, and this is a group and this is my family, and even though I disagreed with it, I knew I had to get in the car and take the ride, too.
So Mike left first. Ricky, I bet you left second.
Well, I was in and out. I was in and out.
So can I say this on behalf of Puff? And this is not something that I normally would do with Puff, but I can say that in the future for Puff, I think in dealing with his music side of his business, that you gotta hire people that are qualified, and you can't, because you get what you pay for. And when you start putting people in positions and they don't know and don't have the experience of how to operate, how to even first and foremost communicate with people, it's going to create havoc. And Puff not being there because he's all over the place doing other things.
Yes.
He only got their ears. He's got to listen and take their word for whatever it is that they're saying and that they're doing. And so when it comes back, it's coming back and it's going through, filtering through a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
And that's how things have gotten all off track and got thrown where it went to.
You don't have to just take New Edition's word for that, man. You go to anybody that's been an artist on that label in the last few years.
No, I believe you. I believe
they're
you.
going to tell you the same thing, man. It's
Okay.
like I can't get with none of the artists over there without having a conversation about how they was treated or what happened and all that kind of stuff.
And it's no coincidence when you watch and look at their track record and look at what's the pattern. It's nothing. If we want the ones that are crazy, then look at the pattern.
Affiliates, I realize that we're a little bit over. We're about to wind this up. I want to find out. First of all, you all are performing night at Madison Square Garden. You did a great job last night in Hartford, Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. How much longer are you touring with this album? When are you getting back in the studio for the next album? And is that predicated on what happens on August 9th where you go?
Absolutely. It's predicated on August 9th once we deal with that. But beyond that, this tour is done on the end of the 28th of June. We end in Miami.
Oh, that's my release date. Can you come to my album release party?
Where is it? Going to be in Miami?
It's going to be in New York. June 22nd.
June the 22nd?
June 22nd.
Oh, man.
Are you going to be around New York?
I think we're in Cleveland or something like that.
In Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh,
the 22nd.
You're trying to
somewhere around there.
22nd.
Wendy, can I get you something for apologizing? I'm right on 34th Street.
Well, I do.
What can I do? Because I feel bad.
She don't need no ice. Trust me.
She don't need no ice.
Trust me, you don't need no ice.
You might need a drink with it.
I don't want.
You just tell me off the air what you like, and I like to give that to you.
Wait a minute, though, Mike. Let's ask us. Wait a minute, Wendy, are you coming to the show tonight?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, Mike, you got it there. You know what you can do. I got you covered. You know I'm good with the whole being creative. So
no, I don't want to be
got
it.
No. We don't have to. We're not gonna call it. Trust me. Okay.
Right.
No, wait. It was just whispered in my ear. I thought you guys got me tickets.
No, well, you got whatever you
whatever you need. You got it.
Why don't you just bring us on stage tonight, Wendy?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice.
Done. What time is the show?
7.
Oh, crap. I'm not dressed to bring New Edition on stage.
7:40, we hit.
I'll do it. Oh, my God, this is an honor. Yes, I will. All right, let me just ask. I want to end positively. Now, I know that Ralph, you're in love, you're married. Ricky, you're in love and you're married. Ronnie, what's your romantic life like?
Oh, it's going down. It's going down. I definitely got me a beautiful, special woman on my side. She's got my back, my front, and every damn thing. And one of these days, I'm going to definitely be able to say that I'm in the Ricky and Ralph club. Married, and, and then fortunately, I'll be in the Ralph and Mike club after that. With, with the little shorties. But,
Johnny, you were searching for a woman that you can marry and have children with. You do not want to do it any other way.
Absolutely. It just won't happen any other way. And I swear I'm from the old school.
And Biv, you whore. How is your love life?
Well, I threw in that card. I got a beautiful young lady named Tisha that I live with in Connecticut. And I'm like Ron, I'm on the fast track to settling down and making it official.
That's fabulous. You guys, I thank you so much for coming in. You could have gone anywhere with this story. And I appreciate you all coming here. The VH1 Behind the Music was incredible. I think this picks up where that left off. I wish you well on your birthday, which is August 9th, as far as I'm concerned. And I'll see you tonight for a curtain call at 7.
There you go.
Oh, snap. Do a dissing, everybody.
Get there early. We're going first. Yeah.
You don't, go on last.
Go on last.
No, you don't go on last.
That's what that is.
Going on second, right after Joe.
Immediately. All right, fellas, thank you very much. I'll see you tonight. Is there drug use at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney. You.
No, you're not talking to me. I'm a mother. Only my mother has privy to that information. You talk to your child about that. Don't ask me no questions like I'm a child. Don't ask me like I'm a child, because I'm not a child, Wendy.
The Wendy Williams Experience.